It's Friday. I'm so excited. I am so happy that it is Friday. You guys, I've got so many things to share with you guys, but I don't want to do any of that until we get some eyes in here. There's Miss Kathy. Hello, Kathy, my darling. Darling, my darling. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Come on in. Grab a seat. It's Feel Good Friday. We've got lots of fun stuff coming up. Yeah, happy Friday. It's Friday. I love it. I love it. Hi, Brittany. So good to see you. Hi, Wendy. Sharon, my friend. Patty's here. Patty's in the house. Get a little wiggle. Patty gets a wiggle. Everybody else can have a wiggle too. Hi, Alice. How are you? Hi, Janice. So good to see you guys. It is indeed Feel Good Friday. And that means I've got so much fun stuff planned. You are just going to be super happy. I don't think you believe that, do you? Well, this is super enthusiastic, but I promise it's true. I promise it's true. So, has anybody told you how beautiful you are today? You look amazing. Just so you know. Wouldn't it be cool if I could see you guys? Like if we did Zoom, I totally could, but I think we would have a really big crowd, and I don't know that Zoom would like that too much, but you look beautiful regardless, right? And any man watching, you look handsome, my dear. I'm just filling up the space, guys, and letting people come in because I don't want to get started with Feel Good Friday until everybody gets here. You're welcome, Janelda. I love it. I love it. I love it. Debbie, you look fab. So do you, my darling. Oh my gosh. All right, so it looks like we got a pretty good crowd. So I'm going to get started with things today because I got a lot of things to share with you guys. So let's see where to start. So first and foremost, happy Friday. Happy Feel Good Friday. Feel Good Friday means that we are doing fun, easy jewelry. The kits are in the shop for all of the things we're doing today. If you want to grab those over in the Etsy shop. Also, these are projects that you can recreate with the things that you already have in your own stash. So it kind of works both ways, right? Don't want to alienate anybody or force anybody to feel like they need to buy a kit. Do I want you to buy a kit? Of course I do. I mean, you know, got to keep the lights on. But I also realize that particularly this time in our lives, everybody's kind of watching those pennies. And so I get that. So if I can at the very least inspire you to use the things that you have in your own stash in an easy way, that's what Feel Good Friday is all about. Simple, easy, instant gratification, a beautiful jewelry, right? So what we have today, talking with my hands, I'm going to sit on these guys. They're getting out of control. So what we have today is some beautiful earrings and a really cool charm necklace. I'm going to show you all of that. And I hope that I inspire you. So what else? Well, couple of other things. So I have been asked by a few of you how you can help support me because I do 3 Facebook Live projects a week for you guys. And of course, those are free. It's my gift to you to share my knowledge with you. Some of you want to be able to help and don't necessarily want to buy a kit, but still feel like you want to, you know, contribute to the ongoing group that we have and enable me to continue to teach and give you guys all that I can give you. So this made me kind of uncomfortable at first, but when I had a conversation with my dear friend Joan, she kind of put this in better light for me. So here's what we're going to call this, okay? We're going to call this the Sara Ellis Designs Tip Jar. That makes me feel less of a panhandler. You guys, I don't like to ask for help. I don't like to ask for money. I will never ask you to send me things. I will never force you to buy something from me or anything like that. However, there are some of you that are so kind out there and you want to help. And you know, and that just means, I don't mean like, you know, help me keep the lights on. Well, I mean, I kind of do, but you want to help contribute in some way. And maybe your bead stash is huge and you don't necessarily need to buy a kit from me. So I understand that. And I want to be able to, you know, I want to be able to put that out there. So the Sara Ellis Designs Community Tip Jar, right, is a way that you can contribute or give to the Sara Ellis Designs community. And, there are two different ways you can do that. You can send to my PayPal, which is saraellis719@gmail.com. That's my PayPal. Or you can use Cash App, which is completely free. And my Cash App name is $, no spaces, Sara Ellis 719. I will post these things in the group. I will post this information. I need to do like an updated, like, all of the Sara Ellis Designs info anyway. So I'm going to do an updated little thing, announcement or whatever in the group for having all of those things, right? To be able to, you know, get to me. You'll be able to find the text messaging number there. Speaking of which, if you want to sign up for the text messaging messages, let me give you the number for that. It is 865-205-2576. And all you got to do is just send some sort of message to that and it will immediately put you into the application that I have and you'll be signed up. It's totally free to get emails. So, I mean, not emails, but text messages. Why does that matter? It matters because I really stink at the email list. I'm not good at that at all. And so text messaging is just something that I do naturally anyway. So it's easy for me to pick up the phone and send out a group text message that says, hey, don't forget we have a Facebook Live today. That's all it is. I'm not going to spam you. I'm not going to text you in the middle of the night. I'm not going to do any of that sort of thing. But it's just a really fun way that we can all be connected to each other. So that is available for everybody who wants to participate in that. And of course, I'll update all of this information. I feel like some of the stuff that I have posted is a little outdated. So I need to you know, reorganize and post what's important for you guys, all my links and all of those things. Let's see what else. So before we get to the Feel Good Friday projects, I want you to know on Monday, we have an impromptu, it's not really impromptu because I'm giving you like a heads up. It's happening. On Monday, we're having another snack shenanigans. Yes, we are. And I will post the time for that. I normally don't do snack shenanigans like so close together because I really just did one, but I have the plans to do another snack shenanigans that's coming up on Monday afternoon, and I will have two special guests joining me. So it should be a very entertaining and funny afternoon. So make sure you keep an eye out for the notifications for that. I won't let you miss it at all. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Noelle, welcome to the group. Oh my gosh, everybody, fill Noelle in. Let her know what she is in for. All right, so I feel like I've covered everything. I may have left something out, but I do the best that I can. Emily says I may want to look into Patreon. So I actually did kind of look into Patreon and I discussed that with my business coach. And there's actually a reason why I'm not using Patreon yet. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed eventually. You guys, I have lots of new things coming up. Lots of new things coming up for you guys. There's actually a new group that is going to happen, and I'm keeping all of that under wraps, but look forward to some big new fun changes happening in April. So just know I got lots of changes, lots of good things coming up. I'm excited to share all those things with you. And of course, collaborations. I've got new collaborations coming up as well, which is fun. So I will always keep you guys up to date with all of the goodness that is happening. All right, so let's get to our Feel Good Friday projects. You guys, I've got earrings. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. No, wait, 5. I've got 5 different pairs of earrings. I'm only going to show you how to make one, but once you figure out how to make the one, you can make any of the 5. And all 5 of them are in kit form and available over in the Etsy shop. These earrings are so pretty. They're so pretty and they're so perfect for spring and summer. I cannot wait for you to see them. And then I've got a necklace to show you. So let's get down to business. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Karen's on vacation. Happy vacation, Karen. I'm so glad you're spending part of your vacation time with us. We love you. We're so glad you're here. All right, guys, let me adjust the lighting just a little bit. Whoa. Tripod needs to be a little bit tighter, it seems. All right. Try not to give anything away here. But you guys, look at the earrings. Shut the front door. Those are so pretty. This blue is giving me life right now. Kathleen says, welcome to the Live Wires. This is where the crazy happens. It does. And it's good crazy. Oh, good crazy. Okay. So I have put together 5 pairs of flower earrings, and all of these kits are in the shop. I'm going to show you all 5 of the colors, and then we'll put together the mate for this blue one right here. But I want to show you, this is the one we're actually going to put together. How gorgeous is that? I mean, it doesn't get more spring than that. And I think tomorrow is the first day of spring, actually. I'm pretty sure it is. So perfect timing. All right, so these are the blue ones. We're going to put a blue one together here in just a second, but I want to show you the rest as well, because there's probably going to be a color for everybody. All right, so for those of you who are not big on color, there is a beautiful pair of the brown and the antique brass. These are so classy, like so classy. So you've got that gorgeous brown flower, you have your antique brass accents, you've got your little crystals coming out the bottom. So the brown kit is also in the shop. Guys, these are so easy to put together, but gosh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. I love them. I see these every year. This is one of those styles that like never goes away. It's definitely why I consider a nouveau classic for sure. All right. Let's see. Somebody asked if we could see their comments. Nicole, I can see you. I can see you. All right, so there are the gorgeous brown, okay, and they're gonna get a little fancier as we go here. So there's like, you know, the blues are, oh, I'm missing a pair of the blue ones. I'm gonna have to grab another thing. There's actually 6 pairs, you guys. I'll have to grab the other blue ones here in just a second. All right, so these are evergreen and brass. Look how pretty those are. So easy. I'm going to show you how easy it is to put these together. Super pretty. I love the green. I think it is a very, I don't know. It's elegant too, but like in a different way than the brown, right? So there's that gorgeous kind of deep evergreen color. The crystals are round instead of the bicones. So a little bit different, but still exactly the same, right? So there's the green. So we've got the brown, the green. Let's lay these out so you can actually see them behind me here when I refer to them. So there's the green. Here are the brown. We're going to be working on the blue. I actually have 2 different colors of the blue, but I don't know what happened to my little... Let's see. Oh, I found them. All right, so I have a different color of the blue. Let me show it to you. For those of you who like a lighter blue, look at these. So there's a lighter blue. Super pretty. I love that check glass bead on the top with that AB finish. Like that is a deep, beautiful blue. All right, so there's the 2 blues, the browns, the greens. Okay, and now the next 2 are a little bit more intense. And they are a little bit more expensive than the others, but yeah, I will post pictures of all of them, and you can see all the pictures of them in the Etsy shop as well if you want to just get a look at them for inspiration. So these are a little bit different, same kind of style, but a little bit bigger, a longer earring, if you will. So there's a little bit more to these guys. So instead of the flowers facing down, these are double flowers facing upwards, and you've got some extra check glass going on here. And these are very kind of coral pink. Really pretty. Like this colorway looks so good in my hair. If you're a redhead out there, Nicole, you're going to need these. Anybody who's got that red going on, you're going to love those. So there's that. And then last but not least, certainly not least, because these are my absolute favorites out of all of them. are these. I'm obsessed with this pair. Look how pretty. See, we've got that beautiful coral and the beautiful pop of green. You've got a check glass leaf on the bottom, check glass flower on the bottom, bicone. This colorway is like, yes, please. Give me all of the things. I don't know. There's something about it with that green in it that really gives it that springtime feel to it. Like, I mean, all flowers are very springish, but with that green, it just takes this whole design to a totally different place. All right, so those are the choices as far as, let's see. So there's six different choices of the flower earrings in kits in the shop. And I'm going to show you how to put together this guy. Okay. And then I feel like once I've shown you how to put together this one, it will be very easy for you to just look at the pictures of these guys to recreate them with the pieces, either from the kits that you purchase or from beads that you have in your own stash, because really it's all just about stacking things up. There's not anything really difficult about putting this together. The only ones that might be a little bit different are going to be these guys, but I really feel like it's still pretty much the same thing. We've got an eye pin and a couple of head pins, and that's really all there is to it. It's just about stacking things up. So I don't think you guys are going to have any trouble recreating these, but of course, if you do, you can always reach out to me and I'm more than happy to help you with that. So let's put together this beautiful blue pair, and then we're going to put together a necklace too. All right, so you can see, as far as the materials are concerned, we've got our beautiful lucite flower bead. We've got a couple of bead caps, a spacer. There's really not a lot to put this together. But the part that people struggle with is this part here at the bottom. So I want to show you all of that. So let me get all of the parts ready to go so that I can show you guys how to put these together. Okay, and you're going to get everything you need to create these. So you'll have all the piecey parts. All right, so we're going to need 3 head pins for this guy, and then we're going to need an eye pin for the center to hold everything together, okay? Okay, so what I like to do, I normally put these together at the same time, whereas with a lot of earrings, you put one together and then you put the second one together. I usually put these together at the same time so that all of the little dangles that are coming out of the flower are pretty close to the same length. I feel like it just kind of helps to do it that way, but since I've already got one together, we're just going to focus on the one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little bicone and I'm going to drop each one of the bicones on a head pin. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to create simple loops with these guys. But I want them to be at varying lengths, right? So that they're going to hang like that, which means that I'm going to have to cut these off at different lengths. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take one, and if it helps you to start with like the longest one, how long do you want the longest one to be? Then you can go that route, or you can go with the two short ones. It really doesn't make much of a difference, but you want to try to make both earrings match is really the most important part. So I'm going to grab that wire. Instead of grabbing the wire right next to where the bead is, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make my bend in the wire away from the bead. Okay, so that's going to give it that space. Now, I'm going to do a simple loop instead of a wrapped loop. If you're more comfortable with a wrapped loop, you definitely can do that. But know that your loops don't have to be perfect because you're not going to see any of them. They're all going to be tucked up inside of the flower. So this is a very forgiving design as well. Okay, so I trim off the wire. I leave myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. And then I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers. I'm going to grab that wire right at the tip and I'm going to roll back towards my hand to create a loop. And you can see my loop is a little bit more of like a teardrop shape, but that's okay. Like I said, it doesn't matter because it's all going to be hidden inside the flower. But there's one of the little dangles. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of look at this one and see that's pretty close to the same length. So I know that I need one shorter and one longer than this one that I just made. Okay. So to make a longer one, I'm going to just hold this one up here next to it, and then I kind of want to place my pliers in a different place, right? And then make my bend in the wire. That looks a little long. It might have been a little too much. Okay. So when I make my loop, this one's going to hang a little bit longer than the one we just made. So same thing, I'm going to come in right there, 1/4 of an inch of wire, and then I'm just going to roll back to create my loop. Okay, and then I can hold them up together to see what the length difference is going to be. Okay, now I need to make one more that's going to be short. Okay, so I'm going to grab it with the pliers, and then I'm going to hold up these other two just so that I can kind of refer back to them and see, like, if I do it right there where it's going to fall. Go ahead and bend. There's really no measuring here, right? You just want to eyeball it. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, you know? And if they don't match exactly, nobody's going to notice because your head's in the middle. You know what I mean? If they're off by just a little bit, I promise nobody's going to notice that the little dangles coming out of the flowers are not exact on both earrings. You know, give yourself a break with all of that. All right, so now we have our little dangles for the inside of our flower. Now we're just going to build the earring, which is super, super easy to do. So we're going to take an eye pin. Okay, and I'm going to take the eye pin. I'm going to go ahead and open that up so that I can thread on all 3 of the little dangles here. They'll all 3 fit. And then I'm going to very carefully close that back. Okay. Now, I just want to say, first and foremost, that this makes a beautiful earring all by itself. If you want to do like simple jewelry, put an ear wire on those 3 little things, like group them together with a 4mm jump ring and pop an ear wire on them. And that's a beautiful pair of earrings. Like, forget all the other flower business. If you've got little bicones and you don't know what to do with them, or little rounds, this is the perfect little subtle sparkle for earrings. Just saying, easy peasy. All right, so we're going to take our flower, we're going to pop our flower down, and it's deep enough to cover up all of those loops, which is fantastic, right? Because you don't have to see whether or not those loops were perfect or not. My kind of design. All right, I'm going to thread on a bead cap. And you can stack up whatever bead caps you want to, okay? You don't have to use the exact same kind of bead caps. I like the ones where the bead caps are really big and they kind of come over the top of the flower. I'm just kind of out of those at the moment. I don't have any really big draping bead caps, but gosh, they look so pretty with this style of earring. I'm gonna take a daisy spacer, pop that on top, and I'm gonna put another bead cap, but this time I'm gonna take the bead cap and have it going the opposite direction so it makes a little cup. I'm going to take a beautiful little check glass round and drop that down, and it's going to sit in the top of that cup. And then I'm going to finish that off with a little silver bead. And of course, you get all of this stuff in the kit. Okay, you've got all of the parts. The only thing you need is just the tools to put it together. But really and truly, it's as easy as that. You just want to do the bottom part first, create your little dangles, and then the rest of it is all about just stacking things up however you want to. You don't have to stack them in this order. You can mix it up and do it any way you want. All right, so I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers, and this time I am going to do a wrapped loop, but if you don't want to do a wrapped loop, you certainly can just do a simple loop, okay? So I'm going to bend the wire 90 degrees. I've left myself that little bit of space. I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers and grab the wire, okay? Notice how I'm holding the pliers. I'm going to take that wire and go up and over the top barrel of the pliers to begin my loop. I cannot Hi guys. I don't know what happened. Everybody just went away, but I never lost my internet connection. So I'm not sure what happened. It looked like maybe we froze. I'm not quite sure. I see a set of eyes. Who's there? Who's there? Come back, everybody. I don't know what happened to Facebook. Something is quite wrong with the Facebook today. I'm gonna turn around for a second before we move on, because I'm not real sure what's going on with the Facebook. So I restarted because I never lost internet connection, but all of the people disappeared. It was really weird. And then when I brought us up to look on my app, it was frozen. So I don't know. I do see people coming in, but I'm not sure. So if you guys can see me and hear me, somebody give me a little message and let me know. There's Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, were you with us? Holly was with us. What happened? Nancy says it just went away. I know, it's really weird, right? I don't know what happened. Yeah, frozen. Catherine says it was frozen. I don't know, like, I don't even know at what point it froze. I have no idea what you guys saw or what you didn't see. Like, do we need to do the earring again? I'm concerned. But I know that we went from like 200 people to none, and that was really weird. But it's weird because it wasn't my internet connection. It was definitely Facebook, because I never lost connection. So strange. I hope everybody comes back. Share this around. Share it around and make sure that everybody knows that we're back. I'm going to pull it up on my computer here real quick before we go forward, just because I want to be sure that that we're still rocking and rolling. If I can keep an eye on it out of the corner of my eye, that's going to help me. It's definitely, you know. Turn it down. You don't need to hear me. Russian hackers. Oh my gosh, JD. Eve says she missed the first half. For some reason, my comments are not working at all up here on the screen. So I don't know what's happening. I have no idea. But I see you guys, so I hope you see me okay. It looks, we're on a delay on the computer, so. All right, can somebody give me a thumbs up that we're all good so we can keep going? Because I do have a necklace that I want to show you guys too. So I just want to make sure that we're rocking and rolling. I got nothing. My comments are not working at all. Okay. Well, it is an odd Friday. Odd Friday. So I'm just going to keep going and hope for the best. So I have all of the earrings that I showed you guys, and we finished our blue pair here. So I'm going to hold those up so that you can kind of get an idea of what these look like. Just know that if you're sending me comments, I cannot see them at the moment. Okay. But anyway, so these were the blue that we just put together. And of course, you guys, if you need to see those again because Facebook kind of interrupted us, you definitely can come and rewatch this. It'll be uploaded over on YouTube as well. In fact, hello to all of my YouTube people. I have a whole other audience over on YouTube for my people who don't necessarily do Facebook. So, yeah. All right. Those are the blue, right? We're going to move on and put together the necklace. It's just going to be really weird because I can't at the moment interact with you guys, which is really, really strange for me. All right. So I'm going to turn you back down onto the mat and we're going to put together a charm style necklace. This kit is also over in the Etsy shop. This kit is, it comes in 4 different ways. I'll talk about that when we get down on the mat here. All right, so bringing you guys back down a bit. Okay. And I want to show you. So for the necklace, what you're going to get is you will have a really, really long piece of leather cord. It's just a single piece of leather cord, and that's all you're going to need to put together the necklace. But it's nice and long. You're totally welcome to trim this up and make it shorter, but I wanted this to be like a long style necklace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my twisted head pin. You've got a big twisted head pin that is in the kit. Okay, and I'm going to thread my cord through that and bring the jump ring. It's not a head pin. I think that's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm just so out of sorts with everything. Having lost everybody. So you're going to bring that down at the center of your piece of cord. And then all you want to do is you want to tie an overhanded knot. Okay. And you want to bring that knot down really, really close to the jump ring. And if you want to do like a different kind of knot, if you wanted to do like a barrel knot, you absolutely could do that instead. It doesn't have to be exactly the way I'm showing it to you. Okay. So you're going to tie a knot, and then you're going to have the two ends. You want to bring those two ends together. And we have a little bit of a tube bead here. And we're going to take both ends of our leather cord, and you do kind of have to squish them a little bit, but they will both fit into the tube bead. Okay. So you just want to slide that over both pieces and give it a little wiggle. And then once you can like see the ends and grab the ends, it might help to come in with a pair of pliers to grab a hold of them. But both ends will fit, and it's okay if you smash the end, because we're gonna put cord ends over these guys, so you're not gonna know how mangled the end of that leather is gonna be. Hold on, trying to wiggle that second piece. They do both fit, I promise. It just takes a little wiggling. And it does help if you will cut both pieces of your leather at an angle. I may have to back these out and try again. Let's do that. So we're going to come in with our cutter tool, because I really do think that helps, and cut both ends of your cord at an angle. It's weird to be not talking to anybody, you guys. All right, and then slide your tube bead on. That works much, much easier. Still, that second one is a little hard to grab. There we go, got it. All right, so we're gonna slide this guy all the way down, okay? And it's just a decorative accent. It's just really kind of bringing that metal up into the leather design as well. And I'm gonna tie another overhanded knot right up against the other side of our tube bead here. And I'm particular about my knots, so I do kind of go slow and really adjust the leather and have it exactly where I want it to be before I pull tight and make it nice and secure. All right, so this is the center of your necklace. Now at this point, you can add whatever you want to. In the kits, you're going to have a couple of little gemstones. So what I have for this one in particular, I've got a little round. I already wire wrapped this one, but I've got a round, little gemstone round. I believe this is rhodonite. I do have these guys. So everybody gets a faceted drop of some variety. There are 4 different styles for this necklace. So you can get a garnet drop and dark leather. There's labradorite drops with light leather, quartz drops with lighter leather, and amethyst drops with the darker leather. So you've got 4 different choices, and the choices will really kind of determine what all is included in your little bag of goodies. So we've got our gemstone round, we have a piece of faceted garnet, and in this one I've got a piece of quartz that we're going to wire wrap, and a piece of turquoise that we're going to wire wrap. And it also comes with the 2 pieces of wire. So we're going to wire wrap those guys. And then there's also a little charm here, a little arrow charm, and then a little spacer. I'm going to hang my gemstone bead from this guy. And honestly, you can fill this up with whatever charms that you want to, right? Just some of the pieces that maybe if you've got some sentimental gemstones or charms or little things that really speak to you that you want to put on a necklace and wear around, that's what this is all about. So you don't have to do it exactly this way. I'm going to grab some 22 gauge wire and we're going to do the wire wrapping for this guy. So in your kit, you're definitely going to get the 2 pieces of wire, which is different for me because I normally don't include wire, but I made an exception with this kit because I feel like you really need it. All right, so I'm going to take one of my gemstones, and this piece of quartz here is top drilled. So all of the little gemstone pieces that you're going to get are going to be top drilled, except for the turquoise, which is drilled kind of funny, but it still works the same way. So I'm going to take my piece of wire, I'm going to thread this onto the piece of wire, and I'm going to come to the middle. Am I? I don't know. I'll come kind of off-centered. Okay, I'm going to take those 2 ends and we're going to wrap this just like a briolette, and I'm going to cross those 2 wires over the very top of the bead to create my little triangle. Okay, now I'm going to take the short end of the wire and bend it straight up and down. I'm going to take the longer end of the wire and I'm going to bend it out this direction. Okay, so you should have like an L shape with your wire. Now I'm going to hold on to that and I'm going to wire wrap under. I'm coming under. So my wire wrap is actually going over the top of our little triangle here. So instead of wrapping upwards to make a wrap loop, we're wrapping downwards. Okay, with our long piece of wire, and you just wrap that around. If you want it to be nice and pretty and straight, you can do it that way. If not, you can make it a messy wire wrap. Like, this is totally up to you. You can freeform this however you want to. Okay, so I've wrapped mine around. It looks like a little cone hat. I'm going to take my tail back up across the wire wraps and wrap again around the top. Just like that. Okay. And you don't have to do it that way, but I like to have my end up here so that it doesn't get hung on clothing when I go to trim it off. So I'm going to come in with my wire cutter and trim that off. Sorry guys, I'm just double checking where we are. Are we on? It's so strange because the comments are completely frozen, but I can see that we're live. All right, well, I'm just going to keep going. It's just weird because you guys are not with me and I feel strange, just like I'm talking to nobody. All right, so I got that wrapped around. So now my end is not down here anywhere where it can come undone and like get hung on clothing. Now I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to do a wire wrapped loop just like you normally would. And since I've got a little bit of a tail here, I can wrap around with it if I want to. You've got a lot of options here. You've got a good little chunk of wire to work with. So if you want to just wrap it and cut it, you can. If you want to, you know, build up your wire wrap and make it a chunky monkey wrap, you can. I'm going to leave mine just like it is and trim that off. Okay. So there's that guy. He's ready to hang with all of this other stuff. And now I've got my little piece of turquoise here. Now, some of the pieces of turquoise are drilled more to the top. Some of them are drilled sort of to the center. This one is drilled kind of to the center. See how it's not quite near the top, but it's because it's a, you know, it's a chip piece. So I'm going to treat it the exact same way I would a top drilled bead. So I'm going to take my second piece of wire. And again, I'm just going to repeat those same steps. I've got a shorter end and a longer end. I'm going to bring those two together over the top of the bead to create myself a little triangle. And we're just going to follow the same steps. It will look a little different just because this bead is a different shape, but for the most part, you're going to get pretty much the same results. Okay. So again, I'm going to start wire wrapping, but I'm going to wire wrap downwards instead of upwards. And you can make those pretty wraps. You can make them messy wraps, just like I said, however you want to do it. Okay, so I've wrapped around a few times. I'm going to take that wire back up to the top and wrap around just to secure it so that doesn't come off. And you can see how it's going across all the wire wraps back up here to the top. Okay, I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim that off, and then I'm just going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to bend my wire, and we'll do another wrapped loop here. You can make it messy or not messy or whatever you want to do. It makes no difference. Okay, and trim that off. And now that's really it, you guys. That's it. Like at this point, you just want to put everything on your jump ring here. And you've got a bunch of jump rings in your kit, so you can put all of this together however you want to. I'm going to take a little 4mm jump ring, and I'm going to attach this to my gemstone round. So this guy won't be wrapped. You'll have to wrap him yourself, but you get a head pin to put this guy on. And then I'm going to attach him to my little spacer bar, which is just going to give him a little extra length. And I thought they were just pretty. Okay. And then everything else I'm going to attach with a 6mm jump ring, and you can put these on to that twisted jump ring in whatever order you want to. It makes absolutely no difference. So you can put them all on here, and then if you just decide you don't like the order that they're in, just take them off and reorder them, right? There's no right or wrong with this. It's really just going to be about how everything hangs and how you want things to look on here. And then, of course, you will get your cord ends, which I made sure that everybody got fold over cord ends in their kits because those are the easiest. They're the easiest ones to use. And I don't have a pair of them here to show you, but all you got to do is just use your chain nose pliers to fold them over the top of your pieces of leather. And they already have a loop on them, so you can just go ahead and attach your jump rings and your your clasp, which is also included. So you've got all of that. And if you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, because I am more than happy to help you. I feel like this is another one of those where the wire wrapping is probably going to be the hardest part. Those of you who are new to the wire wrapping, if you struggle, definitely reach out. The community or me, I'm more than happy to help with that part. But for the most part, the rest of it is just opening and closing jump rings and putting this in whatever order you want to. So that's definitely why this qualifies as a Feel Good Friday project. This is pretty easy to do. But if you struggle, don't hesitate to reach out. No judgment, right? Everybody's at different skill levels, so it's totally okay. So just remember, this one comes in 4 different colorways. So there's an amethyst one. This is the garnet. There's a completely quartz one. I think it's quartz here and quartz on the little guy. And then there's one that is labradorite. So there's 4 different kinds and 2 different colors of the leather to choose from, and it makes just a really pretty, really long necklace. So I'm going to turn you guys around and show you what this looks like hanging, just so that you can kind of get an idea of it. And I will say my goodbyes, which are going to be weird because you guys are not, like, I can't see any of you, which is so strange. All right, so turning you around here, and I do see that we're live on Facebook. I don't know. It's a little strange. It's a little weird today. Don't know what's happened. All right. So I'm going to hold this up on the bust so you can see, and you can cut this and make it shorter if you want to, or you can keep it long. I like my charm necklaces to be long. That's just a personal preference, but you can make them short, sort of like mine is my, the necklace I have on is a little on the short side. It's whatever you want to do. You've got plenty of leather, so there's a lot of options there. In fact, if you cut this short enough, you would have enough leather left over where you could actually make a bracelet if you wanted to. So that's always an option as well. But that's our little charm necklace. You can add extra things to it. Otherwise, you've got a cute little assortment of natural gemstones, which I think are just super fun. It's understated, but it's pretty. It's kind of boho chic. So, and then we have all of the beautiful earring kits. I hope you guys love those. I think they turned out really, really beautifully. I hope that you guys enjoy those as well. So before I go, just one more time, I'm going to kind of run down the list of things. For those of you who want to, you know, give to the Sara Ellis Designs tip jar, you can use Cash App, and my Cash App handle, if you will, is the $, no spaces, $ Sara Ellis 719, or you can send to PayPal, which is saraellis719@gmail.com. And you guys, that's just totally up to you. I'm never going to say, hey, please donate to me. I just have had people ask how they could. And that's, so we're going to do a tip jar. So I feel like that's kind of the easiest way to do it. For the rest of you, if you want to buy kits, that's always very helpful as well. But you never have to feel obligated to do any of those things. More than anything, I just want to share education with you and give you inspiration to take and use, you know, in your own jewelry journey, if you will, right? So it's been an interesting Feel Good Friday today. I don't know what's happened to everybody. I wish I could see your little faces and give you my little hugs and, you know, virtual kisses and squeezes before we go, but I don't know. Facebook's in a mood today, so I'm just going to end things the way that they are and repost things in the group for everybody to see them. Thank you guys so much for joining me this afternoon. It is very much appreciated. You guys have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Don't forget that tomorrow I have a virtual Michael's class at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to come and sign up for that, we're doing a really beautiful spring fling necklace project. It's a gorgeous one, but it can be changed up and done so many different ways. So it's definitely an inspiration piece. Come hang out with us. I will see you guys again soon. Look forward to Snack Shenanigans on Monday, and have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Bye, guys.